Today, I'd like to share you some knowledge on the topic Design Your Life in Buddhism perspective. It may have some part that's quite challenging to understand. Uh, no worry. Let's listen like a folk tale story. Okay? Okay, these are 5 key principles that we should know to design our lives correctly and effectively. Firstly, the behind the scene of designing your life. Secondly, merit or good karma is the true friend. Thirdly, designing life through generosity. Fourthly, sharpening your life with sila or moral discipline. And the last one, crafting your life through meditation. And I think due to the limited time, today we will discuss for the first 2 key principles, and we will cover the remaining point in our next session. Okay? And first thing first, I would like you to do something. Have you ever watched a film or a movie named Aladdin? I think you know that, right? Aladdin. In this movie, there is the lovely giant, right? Lovely giant named Genie. Genie. Okay, are we on the same movie? Okay, Genie. Now with Genie, you can make a wish, right? You can make a wish. Okay, I would like you to imagine that now you are standing in front of Genie, and you can make your own wishes. Uh, three wishes. Okay. Now please write down your own wishes on the piece of paper. And let's see after we finished this session. Do you have the answer? Uh, do you have the answer? Okay. Don't take seriously นะ สบายๆนะสบายๆ Okay, if you have time, just write down your wishes นะ Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Now I bring you to the first topic, the behind the scene of designing your life. Let's explore together. One said, no human is born perfect, isn't it? We all strive toward the state of greater fulfillment, a point where we possess everything one could desire, such as a loving family, a successful career, wealth, robust health, wisdom, and grace. As long as we don't know our own potential, we cannot reach our complete goals. In truth, humans can do more than they think. We can design our own lives, we can choose our own birth, and these stories appear in Buddhist teachings with clear evidence in the Tipitaka. Now it's time for question. Have you ever wondered why some people seem so lucky with everything in their lives going smoothly and according to plan, while others have to struggle through endless obstacles? If yes, please give thumbs up. If you have experienced this. This question isn't unique to you. Many people have wondered the same. Uh, some leaving the world without clear answers. But upon study Buddhist teachings, we discovered there is deeper story behind it. In the infinite cycle of samsara, samsara, this means cycle of birth and death. Uh, we have all been reborn through countless times. This journey will persist until we have completely eradicated all mental impurities, or we call kilesa, or impurities, mental impurity. In the meantime, life is ups and downs, and it's full of uncertainty. One might reborn in heaven, fall into hell, or be born as a human, sometimes poor, sometimes wealthy. But for the most part, however, there is more suffering than happiness, unfortunately. The ups and downs of life, shifting between happiness and suffering, are not mere coincidence. Mm. Everything happens for a reason, rooted in our actions from both past and the present lives. If we do good, we receive good. If we do evil, we receive evil. According to the law of cause and effect, or the law of karma, a law that governs the lives of all humans and sentient beings. The law of karma is the law of cycle of birth and death, or samsara, based on the principle, as a person acts, so shall they receive, as stated in the Samuttaka Sutra. Whatever seed one sows, such is the fruit one reaps. He who does good receives good, and he who does evil receives evil. And one more interesting point is the law of karma was not created by Buddha. Good to know. Regardless of one's religion, nationality, whether they know it or not, whether they believe it or not, everyone is subject to the law of karma. And once we grasp the principle of the law of karma, we can apply it to effectively design our lives, determining what action we should do and should not perform. To further clarify the consequences of one's actions, we can look at the teaching of the Buddha in the Chula Kamma Vipanka Sutra, or the shorter exposition of action. The first one is those who are cruel, who take delight in killing, harming, and torturing living beings, will upon the dissolution of the body after they reappear in a state of deprivation, a bad destination, the lower realms, or hell. If they even return to the human state, they will be short-lived. Second one is a person who is often angry, resentful, and full of ill will. Upon death, will be reborn in the state of deprivation, in an unhappy destination, in perdition or in hell. If they are reborn as a human, they will have an ugly appearance or ill-favored complexion. So be careful next time. The third one is a person who is jealous and malicious will, after death, be reborn in a state of mystery, a bad destination, and a state of punishment, or even hell. If they are reborn as a human, they will be a person of no power or influence. The next one is a narrow-minded person who is stingy, dislikes giving alms or sharing, and refuses to help others, will after death be reborn in a state of suffering, a bad destination, a lower rank, or even hell. If they even return to the human state, they will be born into poverty and lack of wealth. Next one is a person who is stubborn, arrogant, and disrespectful to those worthy of respect will after death reach a state of mystery, a bad destination, ruin, and hell. When they return to be born as a human, they will be born into the low-born family. The next one is a person who does not like to associate with the wise, contemplatives, will after death reach the state of mystery, a bad destination, ruin, and hell. When they return to be born as a human, they will be a person lacking in wisdom. In contrast, a person who refrains from killing and does not harm living beings is not often angry, is not envious, enjoys giving alms to the virtuous and moral, is not stubborn or arrogant, respects those worthy of respect, and likes to associate with contemplatives. And the wise will, after death, reach a happy destination and the heavenly reign. When they return to be born as a human, they will have a long life, be free from disease, be respected, have power, possess great wealth, be born into the good family, and be a person in wisdom, respectively. The teaching in this sutra clearly demonstrate that to ensure safety and security in life, one must choose to perform only wholesome deeds. Every time a good deed is performed, such as giving alms, observing amounts of merit, is such as giving alms, observing the precept, or practicing meditation, an immense amount of merit is generated. This merit or good deed will nourish our lives with happiness and prosperity, further enriching and perfecting our existence through every future rebirth. Now, I would like to bring you to the second point. Merit is the true friend. And what is merit? Where does it dwell? Merit is a form of energy, spiritual energy, refined, subtle, and immensely powerful. It serves as a cleanser that purifies the mind, make it clear, bright, and free from all defilements. It is unfortunately that most people cannot see merit, leading some to doubt its existence. And we cannot see it by our eyes. However, those who have practiced and attained high levels of Dharma can perceive both merit and sin. As พระมงคลเทพมุนีสดจันทสโร our great master, the great abbot of วัดปากน้ำภาษีเจริญ confirm merit and sin truly exist right here within ourselves. Merit is a clear, radiant sphere situated at the center of the Dharma sphere that constitutes a human being. Likewise, sin is a dark sphere situated at the center of that same Dharma sphere. Bringing the mind to a standstill at the center of the body allows us to reach this Dharma sphere. If we have accumulated the great deal of merit, the sphere of merit will become clear, radiant, and expand inside, helping to attract good things into our lives. Conversely, if we commit sins, the dark sphere of sin will obscure that brightness, causing us to face obstacles in life. Even if we cannot yet see merit with our eyes, we can still sense the flow of merit, and we can feel by our feeling. When we practice generosity, observe the precepts or sila, or meditate, merit flows into our hearts, our mind, bringing a sense of peace and inner brightness. Those feelings are the manifestation of the merit. It can be compared to electricity, which is invisible to the eye. However, when we flip a switch, the current flows and enables appliance to function, create light in bulb, coldness in refrigerator, or heat in an iron. Regarding the flow of merit, the Lord Buddha stated in the Pathom Punya Pisanta Sutra that when merit arises, it takes the form of a stream, a channel of merit flowing toward the doer. He taught when a monk used the robes, alms, food, lodgings, and medicinal requisites provided by donor, and then enters into the concentration of the mind, or Ceto Samadhi, immeasurable streams of merit and wholesome karma flow toward that donor. It brings happiness, yields the most excellent fruits, and results in bliss, just as the rivers flow into the great ocean. The analogy of rivers flow into the ocean illustrates that the merit you have accumulated in both the present and the past will converge and flow together to support your life, bringing continuous happiness and success. I think that's all we have time for today. We will continue the remaining topics next time. Then stay tuned. Stay tuned. And here's some information about our wonderful activities for this year that you can uh, voluntarily participate in. Now we have meditation retreat in Belgium, and we also have the uh, European ordination program. Uh, you can have more information or suggestion via our social media channel. Uh, well, and now it's time for the proverb of the day from our master. We must accumulate as much punya or merit or good deed as possible. With more punya, obstacles diminish and the fulfillment of our lives increases. Well, thank you so much for your kind attention. I hope you enjoy the session today. And last but not least, I wish you both healthy, both body and mind. And see you next time. Have a peaceful evening to you all. Bye bye.